What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, the real Jussy of the Distorted Theorists. And today, once again, we are being blessed with Daredevil Born Again, this time episode 7, and I am locked in for my reaction, review, and breakdown. But as always, if you want to support the channel, we do appreciate if you would just take 1 second to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave me a comment down below. Are you in gear and ready for the last 3 episodes? This is a 9-episode series, season 1. We already know they're working on season 2. Been some leaks on a black suit. I don't know. Also, ladies, I just want to acknowledge that Marvel is coming hot and heavy this week. They just dropped the entire, or seemingly, cast lineup for Avengers Doomsday. They had us on the hook for 5 hours, all right, bro, and you know your boy the real Jussy was locked in for all 5. There was some big name drops, but that's for another video. Today we are talking about Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk, and well, now Muse, Daredevil Born Again episode 7. Let's do a very quick recap on 5 and 6. Number 5, I don't really have to touch much on it too long. It was basically all in the bank, but what I did like about that episode is that it really flexed Matt's abilities. You know, it really honed in on what is he capable of. I mean, for God's sakes, he was listening to terrorists in a bank while he was in New York traffic and sideway, like a walk down the street. So how are you even hearing that? Like, that just tells me that his hearing is like, plus don't get me started on the acrobatics. All right. Then of course we switch gears into episode 6, and well, we got what we were all waiting for, and that is definitely, by definition, the Born Again moniker. That's right, Daredevil and the Kingpin made their rise once again to prominence. Will they stay? We don't know. However, we do know that Muse, the guy who is painting and using blood in his artwork, killing people 60 plus, I might add, is now on Daredevil's radar, but also Daredevil is also on his radar, and I don't want to know who's on the Kingpin's radar besides Adam, of course, because his reign of terror is just about to begin. So without further ado, let's get into Daredevil Born Again, episode 7, reaction, review, and breakdown right now.
When you look out this window, what do you see?
Okay, so we're getting Kingpin back in office, seemingly maybe pretending that nothing has happened, but we know. We know.
A girl named Angela Del Toro was dropped off at Presbyterian late last night. Says she actually escaped from Muse.
She's still alive.
She lost a lot of blood, like 2,500 milliliters.
Okay, so Hector Ayala's niece did survive, so we know Daredevil saved her. He heard her heartbeat, but they also just confirmed Muse is on the run, so...
rescued by the vigilante known as Daredevil.
Oh! So... Kingpin knows that Matt Murdock's Daredevil, so now he knows he's on the street again.
He's back.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Let's go. See, I want to know if she is going to put on that amulet and pick up the mantle of White Tiger. I want to see that. See if she will take the vigilante name into her own hands. I love how Matt here is, he let that rage out, but he's not suppressing it. He's very much embracing it. He wants Daredevil to stay on this case. So, he's back. Like, he's back right now.
He took down my entire business. One that made hard-working people who believed in themselves, and my enterprise richer than they ever dreamed of.
See, I like this. They're referencing the Netflix era, like putting it on full display, basically, so that we, or the uneducated, are getting glimpsed to catch up very quickly. See, the thing is, in shows like this, or movies like this, when you find the killer's lair, you get one of two things. Either you're on the trail of them and you capture them, or the lair is the next clue that the killer has purposely left for you. And that's the vibe I'm getting from Muse right now in this moment. Oh, we've seen him in the bookstore, but that is unconfirmed, but confirmed. That's Muse.
We're at the
And he is
house
now
in
seeing Matt Murdock's
Summer's there.
love
I go
interest.
outside and someone hands me this
On purpose or
bouquet of
unbeknownst?
red balloons.
That's the
I don't know
question.
why. No. Did I ever tell you I used to compete in
So-
Taekwondo?
No?
Is this how we
you
were
enjoy
made to believe that he can fight and keep up with Matt Murdock, not just some young guy who
So
can
you-
hold his own against Daredevil? I respect it. It is what it is, but a little shoehorned in. No big deal. Oh, why is his nose bleeding?
Is there anything else you found?
Okay, so pretty much they're confirming to us, the viewer, that Bastion Cooper is Muse.
Is that
Full stop, no speculation.
and the victim?
We can't hide from ourselves. It's
Oh,
all
dude is
who
just
we are.
straight painting with his own nose blood right there. Live art, as they say.
Can I make it to the door in time?
Oh, that was intense. Oh, there he goes. Here we go. Ooh! Oh, you hear the like concussion noise? And I said it before, I'll say it again, like when this blood is involved, it seems to him very euphoric, very intimate.
What report?
Almost being roused by the sight of blood. Maybe that's his tick.
Cherry.
And just like that, he reappears. Like I said, Daredevil is back, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care. Matt has now, he's turned back on his creed, if you will. He's got to do his own research. He still don't trust anyone else to do it but himself, which is a downfall. In the end, I guess you got to work as a team, but he don't want to lose no one else, so he's going at it alone. Oh, he's actually feeling the artwork and can tell who's being drawn. And he just felt her face earlier. There it is. Oh, he knows she's gotten. Hey. Yeah. Oh, he just dinged him right in the fucking head. Oh. Okay, that was a quick production change. I'm still trying to figure out what his intention is, unless he knows somehow that she is involved with Daredevil. Or is it because he knows she's involved with Kingpin or Vanessa, who is the true target?
Bastion, please.
Oh, he signed it just like his signature's been on all the artwork. Something tells me because Kingpin told his henchmen don't call the cops, but I think maybe Matt is still holding on to hope to do it the right way, maybe. So maybe he called the cops on his way to take care of it himself. Oh. I don't get what the end game is. Oh, there he is. That's the end game, bro. Any episode we get hand-to-hand combat, I'm all in. I'm locked in. Let's go. Yeah, see, it all stacks up now because he has the Taekwondo training. Hence why he can take Matt on. But still, it comes down to brute strength, comes down to strategics. Which one is the smarter fighter, you know? Oh! Whoa! He just hit him with the zip cord. You felt it once, you're feeling it again. Right on the blood sheet, too, at that. Again, I love how this show makes everything a little silent. So you can hear those punches, hear those knees, the kicks, the bones cracking. Let it out, Matt, let it out. That's your there. Oh! But if she untied the thing, blood loss, he knew it was a trap, basically, right? The heartbeat. That's the telltale. It's been in the whole season. Will he listen? Oh, I don't know. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying his death yet. Maybe he's not the true Muse. We don't know. Maybe he could be just someone who's imitating, right? Okay, so Kingpin has brought in his henchman that Daredevil is back on the street. I mean, he must be giving them some sort of information in case they run into Matt, right? And this is how
Our heroes.
he's writing his own narrative so that he can get, again, a better stranglehold, so to speak, on New York City.
That's right.
And that's it. It's about the narrative, the news, the BB news or whatever that he's manipulating, what he wants people to see, the two-facedness, which is what Muse was writing about all along. The narrative. Kingpin's trying to write his own narrative.
Mayor Fisk isn't fucking around, and neither am I.
Why do I get a weird feeling
This is a
that music just played? What if he's Daredevil? I'm sorry, he's Muse. What if he's Muse?
Threatening me?
No.
Like I said, what if that other one is a copycat, Bastion Cooper?
With a great man.
Because he's been in this show, we haven't really known where he's sitting, and now that music is giving that little tremble.
The rest of your life is.
And he's very methodical, very good with his words.
You know?
Distorted theory. I mean, Daredevil's got to see the value in the lives he has been saving in the little amount of time he's been back as Daredevil. More maybe than he's saved, well, a lot more because Hector Ayala died than he's been a lawyer. So I think he's going to see the silver lining.
I promised to keep our streets safe, and I delivered.
Did ya? Did ya? Oh, wow, that's a photo op. That's a photo op if there ever was one, wasn't it? Wait a minute, is Vanessa flipping on Kingpin to take him out? To appease the leader of the gang member? The leaders of the gangs? Something's up here. Buddy, you dead, I think. Oh! Okay. So maybe they are going to take out the leaders of the gangs after all, because Kingpin's starting to climb back up top, and he needs his queen. Vanessa ain't to be fucked with. And Kingpin's still bulking. He's getting back to that figure and form. He's a madman. He's a madman. Okay. That episode was not what I was expecting for some reason. The tagline today, we were seeing the new posters of Muse saying, now the whole city knows his name. And I guess true, because now Kingpin has made it look like he is the savior once again in New York. He's putting himself in that position that if and when he makes a move and Daredevil needs to bring him down, he's just going to be so well protected. And maybe that's where we're leading to, is the Kingpin doesn't need to get his hands dirty, bloody, so to speak. He's building enough shields that not even Daredevil will be able to penetrate. As I said in my reaction, I'm getting vibes that is not the true Muse. I know, yeah, he had the fighting ability. Okay, that's great. And he has a suit. I mean, anybody can make a blood-stained white suit. But it brings me back, and I apologize, I forget his name in the show, and that's how terrible it is. But the Kingpin's, Wilson Fisk's protege, if you will, that young guy who was sitting in his chair, the Muse music kind of cut in as he was talking very, like I said, methodically and calculated to BB, and it makes me wonder, is he the true Muse who's so well on the inside? Hence why the murals, right? A distorted theory here. That's why the murals are so precise on what Kingpin is doing, because he's the one that knows. He's in the room with him every day. And again, a lot of people have made a comment online that the character playing Bastion Cooper, again, I forget the actor's name, I apologize, is very skinny, you know, whatever. But the one that's carrying around his victims is very bulky, and short in stature. It just lines up. I'm going to put it out there in the universe to see where we end up, but let me know in the comments if you believe that as well. And of course, Matt Murdock is now fully taking up the moniker of Daredevil once again. He's not hiding it in the closet. He's not falling on the justice system. He's been taken into his own hands. And as I said, he's saved more people with the Daredevil suit on than with it taken off, just in the little time we've been shown with these characters. So it tells me that Daredevil needs to be on our screens more, needs to be back in the streets of New York, and needs to get on that street level savior, which is very funny coming from that he's the devil, okay? Daredevil, right? Where do we go in the last two episodes is where I'll leave this video. Is Muse is now put to bed, seemingly. We've got Kingpin rising to prominence, and Daredevil seemingly being hunted or looked at as, well, a villain, a vigilante, the anti-hero, if you will. And I don't really know what anyone's endgame is, which a little bit frustrates me, but at the other side of the coin, I'm intrigued, I'm excited. It's how Disney and Marvel are bringing us back every week, wondering where does it end. Now, we know Daredevil Season 2 is already in production, but there has to be a payoff, and that payoff is what we're all frothing for at the next two episodes. I'm excited. I'm excited. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me for my reaction, review, and breakdown of Daredevil Born Again Episode 7. As always, if you want to support the channel, we do appreciate if you would just take 1 second to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave me a comment down below. Do you believe my theory of Muse still being alive may hold true? Is Daredevil going to start ramping up and really cracking down to take down the Kingpin that is wearing the mask of Wilson Fisk? And having said that, will Wilson Fisk finally reign to prominence and become Kingpin with an iron fist on the city of New York once again? And with that, I am the real Jussy of the Distorted Theorists. And like we always say around here, keep it real.